No, I think it more signifies that you know, we've arrived at a new place once again in our career. It's a new beginning, so to speak. I think the way we looked at it, with a dramatic turn of events, we went out, we toured, we first and foremost released that album to the world, and we knew that there would be a lot of controversy, you know, a lot of skepticism. You know, is it going to be the same band? Are they going to retain the same, you know, sound that we've grown to love over the years? And I think we proved it with the release of that album, that we didn't lose a step. You know, we didn't lose anything as far as our identity goes musically. And then it was about going out and showing the band as we are, with the new drummer Mike Mangini, and doing a world tour. And I think we proved there too that, you know, the fire still burns, you know, and that we still are extremely dedicated and love what it is that we do. And everybody could see that connection and that synergy and that, you know, that embrace of, you know what, hey, it's a tour de force up here, you know. And then so I think when we started sitting down and we started talking about the new album, we knew that we wanted to create an album that had a different kind of feel to it. In some sense, yes, rekindling some of the roots musically, but for the most part, just creating an album that we thought really does, not unlike the other albums, but this pushing the envelope to really epitomize who and what we are and create that sense of going into a new realm. And I think we achieved it, you know, being, you know, doing, finally we'd finally come across doing a song like a soundtrack or cinematic with False Awakening, and then bringing back in, you know, the instrumental Enigma Machine. We haven't done that for 10 years. And then also doing this big epic or opus track, Illumination Theory. So that's the kind of things that really kind of excite our fans and really push it over the top. So to us it was like, yeah, you know, when you make such a bold statement 20 plus years into your career, a self-titled album, you got to be able to back it up with something that really signifies and really confidently pushes that message. And I think we did that. Yeah, sure. I mean, Rush has always been an influence. I mean, we all grew up listening to Rush and loving what they stand for musically. You know, they've never wavered. They've always done things on their own terms, and that's exactly who and what we've always been. So yeah, you're always going to hear here and there that Rush influence, absolutely. You know, amongst many other eclectic stylings, you know. I just think it changes because I think we, you know, for a while there, I think there was a lot of division within the band. And it tends to, it's just not good. It's not healthy. It's not healthy for anyone. It's not healthy for a band to be like that. And it's not healthy individually for each guy in the band. So I think, you know, over the last, it's been 4 years now, you know, almost, that you start to remember who you are. You start to remember what it is that you represent, and you're able to dig deeper back into that respective end of yourself and be able to bring it to another level. And I think each and every one of us in the band feels that we're able to be much more expressive, much more comfortable in our zones. Not that we weren't before, but there's more of a platform there for that to exist and to cultivate it. Well, because I think it's more a band, you know, interaction now. Whereas before, let's face it, you know, you had a very colorful person on the drums and almost demanding that attention. So it was a little bit of an unorthodox feel or interaction with a band, because you tend to, when you go out and see a band, you're taking in everybody in the band, and when the singer's singing, you're also focused on what it is that he's saying, singing, looking, doing, you know. But when you have somebody that's so, you know, animated and demanding that attention, it kind of pulls in the direction that you're not used to, and it feels a little strange. Yeah. So now, and I mean, we've all said it, you know, in the band, that, you know, it feels like, and everybody's saying it to us, all the fans and that, you know, it feels like I'm seeing a band up there. I'm seeing 5 guys having a great time, but I also feel like it's a wall of, you know, coming towards me instead of a singular entity. And it makes all the difference in the world. I mean, well, because you're there from day one to day done, you know. So, and there's a lot more of that going on. There's a lot more, you know, where we're on the floor and we're interacting with one another. We're spitting out ideas. I mean, we approach it a few ways. When we initially get together, we all come with our iPhones or our, you know, various means of recording, little gadgets nowadays. But most people, literally, it's all these smartphones and iPhones. Oh, I got this idea, and we'll go down our ideas, and we have a big easel board, and we literally write down. We give them working titles, and we document it. And so all 5 of us sit around and we do that. Like, that's at least a day that we do that. And then, so we take that, we have that up there. And then the real magic is you know, is when we really do get in the one room and we're sitting there and we're all, you know, facing one another and ready to record and ready to try out ideas and just spontaneously what befalls us, you know. And that's all really how it slowly but surely comes together. And then obviously, you know, it's all about the process and letting things slowly unfold and develop. I mean, that's always been, you know, the situation, right? Is that, I mean, there's no perfect job, right? I think I'm pretty damn close to having a perfect job, but I mean, there's always something, excuse me, that you're not necessarily fond of, and that is, yeah, being away from the family. You know, you're constantly traveling. You're on a train, you're on a plane, you're on a tour bus, you're just go. You're in a different city. I don't really see the cities. Everybody goes, oh, you got a great life, you know, you get to go around the world. Look what I'm looking at today. That's it. That's what I'm seeing of Hanover. That's not Hanover. Those are trees. I can look at that in my backyard, you know. So, you know, so to me, yeah, I mean, you are doing things that you're not necessarily looking forward to, that encompasses your job, but it's still, when you walk on stage, there's no better feeling in the world. We absolutely love it. You know, our fans are phenomenal around the world, and just to get that reaction and that feedback and that energy, I mean, it's amazing. It's amazing. So it all comes down to that. It's, you know, it's funny, there's a saying, it's like, it's the work really is being able to get through the day until you are on stage. That's when the fun begins, you know, and that's definitely how it is, you know. So, but it's all good. I mean, I can't complain. I mean, I have an amazing life, and I'm able to do what I dreamt of doing since I was 5 years old. You know, the Count of Tuscany. That's an amazing song, and you know, I mean, we're actually doing a song here tonight that you'll hear, and I've always loved it because I still remember being in the studio singing it, Scarred from Awake, you know, and so you'll hear that, and I love that song because I think it's very dynamic vocally, you know, like there's subtleties and it's very evocative at times, and then it's powerful and it's aggressive and it's soaring and it's high and all that. So I love that because it really shows all the different facets of my voice and who I am, the way that I care to express myself as a vocalist, you know. Yeah. But there's so many. I mean, oh my God.
Totally.
You know,
the question is,
you know. Yeah, Matt Giller's a freaking genius, and you know, and even the other people that we were able to work with, Peter Witchers, and you know, I mean, they're all just incredibly talented, very down-to-earth, real people. That's the only people I want to be surrounded with. You know, I can't stand being around anybody that has an ego or is conceited or just has an attitude. I just can't freaking handle that in people, because to me, I think it all comes down to, it's like, you got to stay real. And when you're real, that's when you really get to know someone and you can really appreciate what they stand for as a human being. And that's the whole band. You know, I went off on a tangent there, but the whole band is really like, they're the nicest guys in the world. You know, and very humble and phenomenal musicians and very intelligent, and that stuff, you know, we're very proud of. And I say we are because everyone is making it what it is. You know, granted, you know, Matt and Guillory and myself, we've been doing this since 1998 is when we met, and it gets better and better, and we continue to feel that it's growing. And I was just speaking with Matt the other day, and he's working on a solo album, by the way, and I'm sure it's going to be a gem. I mean, because he's got a great voice too. He's got a beautiful voice, and but we're looking forward to writing again. We were talking about what we'd like to do is we want to record 5 or 6 songs and release an EP. Once the Dream Theater World Tour winds down, we want to have an EP that comes out and it's released. It creates that buzz again for the solo stuff, and then hopefully we can arrange a little bit of a tour. I mean, you know, Dream Theater supersedes. This is my priority. This takes precedence over everything. But yeah, I wish there was more time, you know. I wish I didn't sleep and then I could tour, you know, the solo stuff. But yeah, it's just, there's just not enough time, and so I'm trying to work it out. We're hoping that sometime in 2015 that I could go out with it. But I think it would be the latter part of 2015 before I could. Well, Matt was friends with the guy, I can't remember the keyboard player in Italy. He's a phenomenal keyboard player too. He'll have to forgive me for forgetting his name right now. I just woke up 45 minutes ago. Anyways, Matt and him being, you know, having the similar interests in that, they got to talking, and Matt was like, yeah, you know, James and myself, we're looking for an amazing guitar player. And he's like, I know the guy, this guy's Marco Sfoli, you got to get him, he's incredible. And we heard his stuff and we're like, what the hell? You know, the guy's phenomenal, he can do anything. He really can, he can play anything. And so we called him in and we brought him in for Elements of Persuasion, and ever since then it was like, this is a no-brainer, there can be no other guitar player for this, because he's the guy. He's the guy. And that stands true for Ray Riendo, the bass player, phenomenal bass player, very musical, incredible. Like technically he's just crazy. He can do anything. But he's very musical, very intuitive, you know. And Peter Wilder, my God, he's a world-class drummer. You know, he could play with anyone. He really could. So yeah, it's great. And even Matt, as a composer, he's just in a realm of his own. He's just an amazing writer, composer. But as a player too, he's amazing. He's amazing. He's very melodically driven, you know.